Hello, so this is a build update for um, the Sanctum League. It is day 4 technically, but I haven't really done anything today, so this is like day 3's progression. Um, so I finally got my Gloomfang. Prices keep on dropping. I think now it's like 25 to 40 chaos, depending on what role you get for the non-chaos damage. The helmet. So the thing I didn't like about the my like any version of EK Ignite is without Inspired Learning or Headhunter, it's extremely slow. Like the build is slow and it doesn't feel good. Um so that's why I wore the Vodos. The global physical damage reduction doesn't affect the build that much because you really convert it as something else. And when I was playing with the numbers in POB, when you convert physical damage, it doesn't actually get affected by that mod. So when you're adding damage via Gloomfang with non-chaos damage as extra chaos, this global physical reduction actually does nothing. So that's just something to note. And it gives you 20% movement speed, gives dexterity. Build is starved on dexterity, so that's very good. Boots is just movement speed, physical as extra chaos or extra cold damage, and then just generic res, some life rolls. Belt still the same. The gloves is I self-crafted this. It's pretty easy to make. You can probably make same gloves for like 30-40 chaos. Pretty much it's just the lesser two influence types, and then you roll fire exposure on hits. With ignites, you inflict spread to. So the thing I learned about the ignite proliferation mod is before in the previous video I was using wait, this is awkward. I was using ignite proliferation. So what this thing says is ignites caused by supported skills spread to nearby enemies within radius of 20. So that only accounts for when you cast EK, which means the initial hit of EK, whatever you hit point A enemy, right? It can only spread its initial ignite to point B, C, D, etc., right? But then further ignites of those cannot spread furthermore, which means that ignites caused by explosions or chains do not get scaled by the ignite proliferation unless you have global ignite proliferation, which is this mod, which is ignites you spread. So this is global ignites spread to other enemies. That's the key importance. You can also get this on cluster jewels, which is it's on burning damage medium clusters. There is, I believe it's called Fan the Flames, and it says the same thing. It's just global ignite spread to nearby enemies. What else is there? I started using Mark of Submission because flammability on hits. It's probably better to use a flammability on hit ring, but I couldn't find any good ones that isn't complete garbage for its price. So Mark of Submission is like 1 chaos, so this is a cheap alternative. What else is there? I found the Empower Gem. I'm leveling up right now. Once I get enough currency to roll, I think Skin of the Lords, right? Then I can sock it in the Empower, switch EK to like a level 21, 20 EK, and then just scale the damage because it scales with how much base physical damage EK does. So that will be a very meaningful upgrade. Another change is I saw people saying that dual wielding obliteration does nothing. It does increase the damage, but not that much. So in regards to my speed comment, right, I want to go fast. So I'm using Mute's Wind Penance, which says you gain Onslaught when you Warcry, and you get Call to Arms. For people that don't know what Call to Arms is, it says using Warcries is instant, Warcry share their cooldown. So you can bind a Warcry to your left click, and you will pretty much cast it as you walk. And the only Warcry that has a 4-second cooldown is General's Cry. So pretty much you don't link it to anything because it's not going to do anything. You just use it to gain Perma Onslaught. Because since you gain Onslaught for 4 seconds and the cooldown of the Warcry is 4 seconds, you have Infinite Onslaught, which just means that you move fast. So with a Flask, you're at 118 movement speed. So that's pretty nice. What else is there? The tree is still the same for the most part. I don't remember if I had this fire pen up here. Yeah, I don't really recall if I made that much of a change to the tree. I'm level 88 now. The Atlas tree, I did make quite a change. So, the important thing for Atlas progression is you need to get 100% chance for maps found to be 1 tier higher, so you can get into red maps easier and try to finish the Atlas. Right now I'm 69, perfect number. So right now I'm 69 out of 115. Still got a couple more red maps to go. I went away from Legion and Breach because they're not actually worth that much right now. Like they were, like compared to last league, Calandria League, it's not as worth it to farm Breach and Legion than it is now. So I went to Eldritch farming because I'm in red maps now. So Eldritch altars provide good currency. They give you the embers or the ichor if you're farming the blue guy, which lets you craft gear like this, which is needed for the build. Yeah, so I switched to rituals. So rituals provides a good decent amount of currency, such as this, right? I'm about to sell this gem, and this was found via ritual mechanic. Like, it is very easy to find 2120 gems, so I'm hopefully find a 2120 EK. And yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna stem up to this one after I finish this Delirium mirror nether ball. Aside from that, let me just do a quick map showcase. It's just Exile quantity. Found Monstrous Treasure the other day, which is very nice. So this is a T16 Toxic Sewers. And then it just explode. I changed the MTX for the Heralds because I realized I don't really need to look at the Herald of Purities being shiny. So I just changed the MTX for Herald of Ash. Also, that was a really long time ago. So here it's like divination card that rewards a map, right? Possible divination cards that reward a map aren't very good. Also, you lose fast charges, which less movement speed. This one is final boss drops 4 additional divinations, which reward corrupted unique items. There's a lot of corrupted unique item divination cards, but there's a new one that's added called the Insane Cat, which is a corrupted mage blood. There is headhunter cards. There's even like Edzerian Rain or something, which is a corrupted prismatic jewel that can give you a Watcher's Eye on a very small chance. Stuff like that. So I'll take this nod. And I die instantly. Okay. Yeah, one thing I really want to improve on this build is the effective HP of this build, because The effective HP is complete dog shit. Like, there's no working around this garbage. Like, until you have, like, Headhunter and you try to survive off the Headhunter buff, then you're just... Huh. Oh my god. Yeah, not that good, but ooh, favorite map slot, nice. It's not that good, but it's something. It's something. Wait, is that a T11 map? You know, T11, T16. Okay. But yeah, clear speed is pretty nice now. For smaller skills like ethereal knives, something like Toxic Sewer isn't very ideal because it's not an open map. I feel like EK Ignite is better for wider maps, so stuff like Promenade. Also, I hate this mechanic so much. It just auto sucks you. It gives you the good suck, but no one wants the good suck. And I'm going to die. Nope. So if you want to level, obviously don't do higher tier content until you get the effective HP up. I think right now my effective HP is... I want to say 10k. It's pretty garbage. And my golem's dying. And this guy's actually stuck. Amazing. Man, this guy has a lot of quivers. Garbage. Actually, I could keep this in case if I ever switch to a bow version of this build. This is T3 life garbage. These don't matter. Yeah, nothing that good from this map. But you get the idea. So ways to improve the effective HP of this build is one, once you get Skin of the Lords or Skin of the Loyal, it has a modifier that says 100% global defense, right? So that would actually scale with your Determination aura, so that would just give you effectively double what Determination gives you, which gives you more physical damage reduction based on how hard the hit is. In T16 maps, Eldritch mobs hit pretty hard, so that's something to look for. Another thing is try to get my Chaos Res up, so at some point of time I'm gonna get a Flammability on hit rain, replace this. Probably get a different rain from this. This isn't that good. Try to get some Chaos Res. Again, with this one, just get some Chaos Res. Try to cap my Chaos Res as much as possible. Another thing I would like is try to get some more aura efficiency. So either via cluster jewels or on the tree. I don't know which one I want to do yet, but that's an option. Because if I do that right, then I can take what's that thing called? Defiance mana, I think, which gives you more armor and evasion rating. Of course, I also need to switch up my flask because I'm still using 2 Quicksilver flasks, which is really bad. Diamond flask. The whole point of this flask is just so when you want to proc Ellie Overload, you need to actually deal crit. If you look at the base crit for Ethereal Knives without flasking, it's like 6%. With a flask, that's 12% because that's 100% more. You don't take any crit on the tree whatsoever, so having a crit flash just procs LE overload more often. Especially it's helpful during bosses because the cast time is 0.56, which means every second, right? You just shoot 2, which means during bosses you're proccing LE overload. What, like I can't do math. 12, 14, 15 times 6 is 90. Like, you have to proc it 16 times just to get LA overload, which is bad, but with a flask that's cut in half. Of course, you can get more by skilling crit chance. Otherwise, you can also get precision if you have enough aura, mana, efficiency stuff. But yeah, I'll drop the POV in the description. But for now, those are the future upgrades I plan on making to this build. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys next time.